All right, listen, I don't know how long that's been off. I'm using the camera again. But what I started talking about was my glasses, my cataract surgery, how it's not working, it didn't work the way they said it was going to work. I think they fucked up. I think she fucked up. But at that point, I'm not going to get into all that again. I'll briefly talk about it in a minute, but for this part, I'm looking at glasses. So, I'm talking to the guy there, the optical department there, and the guy is telling me that they don't make what I'm talking about. I kind of know that there's something else out there, but at that point, I'm not going to deal with him. If he doesn't know, I'm just going to get he doesn't know, because he's going to be too lazy to do any research. So anyway, I ended up going to a friend over here, Ray. He's a ham operator as well. He's been in business just selling. He doesn't do eye exams, but selling glasses and prescriptions for 45 years in the same building over here on Main Street. He's 89 years old. He's in great shape, and he knows. He's been around. You follow me? That's his business. It's not somebody that's, 25 years old that's selling glasses and doesn't want to investigate what's available and what's not. So at that point, I says to him, Ray, is there anything that I can get to see a full vision? Now, what I mean is if this is let me get over here so I can make it a little bit better. If this is the right eye, there's your nose piece, all right? And with my bifocals, actually I wear trifocals. The reason why I wear trifocals is I got used to them because when we had the boat, I used to like to be able to look at the navigation gear, navigation equipment that was a little bit further away and have it just as sharp and not in between the two. So the bottom part was for reading, up to like computer stuff, and then the second one was for like maybe 3 feet away, 4 feet away, and then the top ones were So I have what they call trifocals with the line. I don't like progressives. So you have the line, and then you have this little dip, all right, bifocal, trifocal. Well, that little line is 6 millimeters high. The whole thing, widthwise, is 25. So they go 6 by 25. That's the way it goes. What I wanted was something that would go across, and they used to make them, which was really convenient. Never had a pair, but I knew people that had them back a few years back. Well, Ray said that they don't make that anymore. All right. He had a pair of testers with them, from way back then. He goes, and they used to make a 45, a 10 by 45. So the same thing, but this was 10 from here to here, and from here to here was 45, so it was 10 by 45. Yeah, but they stopped making that one too. I said, what's the normal? And he says it's 6 by 25. I said, huh. He says, however, they still make 8 by 35. Whoa, okay. So that's 10 millimeters wider and 2 higher. So now I'm getting something like this. Well, let me do it this way here. Now, my drawing judgment, I'm not measuring this, I'm just giving you an idea. Actually, it comes over here a little bit more. All right, so now the top to bottom on the upper part is 8, and from side to side is 35. So I gained 2 in the height, and I gained 10 on the width. So I have a much bigger field of view now with the bifocal. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that stuff or not, but that's it. Now, if you live in a different part of the country, they may still offer that long one, because you got to remember, the guys around here, they order, but they're not ordering from California. They're ordering from New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, they're kind of staying near. And naturally, price-wise, whichever's going to treat them best there. But they may still have the 45s by 10s or whatever, or the full Monty. I don't know. But not around here. And if Ray doesn't know about it, well, then it doesn't exist. If he said they stopped them, they stopped them. So that's where we're at with that. So anyway, I finally decided to order him. Again, he doesn't take insurance, however. Is this still recording? I didn't have it plugged in. I shut off on it. Yeah. So anyway, it's still not going to cost me too much. I'm going to think somewhere 600, 600, which isn't bad. And that's frames and everything. And they're a decent frame. So, but meanwhile, the cataract surgery thing, when I was talking to her originally, before it happened, we were going to set it up so that I can see distance with nothing. And I would need glasses for like computer work and things. Okay. I said, well, the TV, it's not a computer, and you consider 15 feet part of the distance or what? I said, but I'm used to trifocals. We'll put trifocals, so you'll be all covered all the way through. So she did the right eye first. The same day, later that evening, I realized that I was able to read the computer perfectly with my right eye, which is about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet from me. A little bit more than that. Arm's length, let's put it that way. But I couldn't read a menu on a 50-inch TV 15 feet away. Come on, you know what I mean? I mean, they're like 1 inch for crying out loud. So, and I was wearing my glasses, but I popped that lens out, so I was only wearing the glass with the other lens that hadn't had the surgery yet. So luckily I was able to read it with that one. And then I told her about it the next day. And she says, well, we'll have to make a few little changes on the other one. I said, well, if you're going to change the other one, I says, how are they going to correspond? Well, your mind will adjust to it after a few days. My mind is going to adjust to it. Okay. I know the mind is a wonderful thing, but hello, So I went there for the second one. Second one, she went to see her the next day. You see her the day before and the day after. Then you see her a couple days later. But anyway, I went for the next one. And that night, no patches or anything. I'm looking and saying, this ain't right. I can't see shit. I can read the computer, but I still can't see anything up there. I walked outside, walking around. Still, everything just doesn't look right. There's a cast. There's a blur. You know what I mean? Not so much a cast, but a blur. And you guys should try this just to see if I'm the only one with this, because when I tell them about it, they go, oh yeah? Like, hello. So anyway, if I put my hand over my right eye and look at something, a person's face, somebody somewhat up close, a square, a group of numbers or letters, decent size, marker plate, it looks one way. If I cover the right eye and look at it with the left eye, it looks longer. So it's like, if I look at it with the right eye, a square, it'll look like that. When I look at it with the left eye, it looks like that. You follow me? It's more like this. So, your face looks longer when I look at it left eye. Right eye, your face looks crunched a little bit. So which one's the right one? Which one is it? And when I look at it with both eyes, I'm seeing it, but I'm getting that vision between the two of like a shadow or a blur. So I'm not getting that clear vision. And when I talk to him, oh yeah, well, okay. What do you mean, yeah, okay? I'm talking to specialists here. These people have been around for 20 years. The ophthalmologist, the surgeon, hello. I don't really want to hear, oh, okay. Now, this particular place, I used to like them because when you go in there, your total exam is going to take hour and a half. Because first a woman comes out and gets you, and then she has you look at this machine and look at the red dot, and it scans the retina both ways and all that with both eyes. Then you go to another machine that's got a balloon. Who the hell knows what that one's at? It's like a hot air balloon, different colors. And then you go into another room and you talk to, I don't know what she is, an apprentice or a wannabe, or who knows, a tech. I don't even know if they're licensed to do what they're doing, but they give you an eye exam. Now they don't do the light in the glass. Anything that thing you sit, the light that you get from that when they check pressure, stuff like that. What's the smallest you can see, and you're saying, well, and you're trying to see as much as you can because it's just in our nature to do that. So I tell them, well, listen, what I'm telling you I may or may not see. If I'm not sure about it, don't put it down, even if it's right, because I wasn't sure about it. So basically I have to make the choice and say, no, I can't see it. If I'm not sure about it, I just, I couldn't tell you, because otherwise, what do? Because do they know what they're doing? Who knows? And then you finally get to see the doctor. She'll come in, your eyes are dilated by this time. She'll come in and she'll look at it with the light and the little magnifying glass, and look up, look down, look left, look right, all that kind of crap. And then she looks at what everybody else did, and then she makes her determination from that. You may see her maybe 5 minutes, and if you start asking questions, she start, well, I got other patients I got to take care of. They're waiting for me. Yeah. You know what? I'm a patient. My eyes are just as important to me as yours to you, and theirs to them. So if you're overbooking, you're doing an injustice to all of us. That's what I told her. All right. So at that point, I liked the exam that they used to give because the doctor would also, it used to be anyway, when you're done going through all the steps with all these techs, if that's the word for them, when you see the doctor goes over everything that they went over the second time to make sure everything's right. So he spends like a half an hour with you, checking your eyes. Do you see this? Do you see that? Do you not see this? Do you not see that? That's the way it used to be. It seems that they've changed a little bit, and I don't like that. I do not like that. All right, I gotta go up on the roof. I really don't. My back last night was driving me nuts. My leg, it's not just the back. Your sciatica takes it all the way down into the foot. Oh, even now, it's all kind of numb. And numbness doesn't mean no pain. Numbness sometimes means just as much pain, if not more. All right, so the back not feeling good is one thing. But the cold weather, oh no. All right, let me go out there. I'm going to take you with me. What the hell?